Okay, bear with me. There we go. I think we have a little spot here. Oh my gosh, it's so cold. Oh my god. Oh my god, it's like ice. Well, that feels pretty good. It is doggone cold. Okay. There's a nice little break. Oh my. I got happy feet now. They feel alive. Hello, everyone. I hope you guys are doing great. Yeah, the sound is a little off in that video. I forgot to bring my microphone along. I'm not used to having a microphone, so I just completely forgot it when I went on the trail. So sorry about that. I don't really like this microphone. It's okay when I'm sitting here talking to you like this, but I did notice when I was at Coyote Creek that I sounded fine, but the background noises almost sounded like it was underwater, and it bothered me because I like everybody to be able to hear the background noises. I want you to hear the birds and the water flowing and things like that. And it just kind of muffled it. I don't like that. And I have a better microphone that doesn't work with my iPhone, so I might end up trying to find something a little bit better than this one. It was pretty cheap. So okay, I am up in the mountains finally. I am at my home base up here. Uh, Probably been here about 3 or 4 weeks, and I'm sorry for not doing any video or anything because I've just been really busy. For some reason, I just got really grounded here this year. I got up here. I forgot how much I loved it, and I've just been enjoying it 100%. And haven't got around to doing any videos, so I apologize. But I have a feeling it's going to be that way for the rest of the summer. Um, if you all want to know more on a daily basis or more often than I'm doing now on YouTube, if you would like to know more about what's going on, I do have a free Patreon account. And if you go over there, I'm having trouble with Wi-Fi, but I try to every 2, 3, 4 days give you an update over there. So if you want to go over there and do it, it doesn't cost anything. And actually, I actually prefer doing that to these videos on YouTube. But yeah, I mean, I'm actually having trouble with that right now too. But I'll get it worked out here in the next couple weeks. Okay, so like I said, I've been up here for about 3 or 4 weeks, and I don't know, I just really have gotten into the little village here, the little town, and I was at the library, and they told me about the yoga classes, so I go to yoga class once a week. They have a book club, and I forgot the name of the book now. Don't remember what it is, but it'll be here in July. Going to that, and they have these. I'm fairly new at being a senior, and I didn't know, but they have senior lunches, not just here, but all over the country. But yeah, for a small donation, or if you don't have the money, it can be free. They have it here in Eagle Nest, and a friend over here told me about it, so I went over, and I'm just totally in love with somebody else cooking my food. And I was there probably, I went 3 days in a row for lunches, and that was it. I just started volunteering. It would just seem like a great way to spend my time for 2 or 3 hours a day. And, because I just read and I hike a little bit and just pretty much, do work around campground and stuff like that. It's just nice to have something else to do. I want to say it's pretty straightforward job. It's you serve people food, you get food ready to go out to people that can't get out, that are home and can't get out homebound, can't get out on their own. You get that food ready, and then Surprisingly, I love doing the dishes. That's, yeah, you know, like I said, it's just simplistic, straightforward job, and I just really love it. So I've been volunteering over there pretty much every single day, and I'm just really enjoying it. And this is kind of all this stuff is kind of grounding me into this town. And yeah, another thing is when I don't think I've ever told you, but what I'm trying to find and what I've been trying to find for the last year, especially since last fall, is a place where I can stay for the summer, just like, 4 or 5 months, and I can garden. And I've been looking and looking, and everything is just too expensive. I don't want to have to move every 14 days. And I'm just trying to find some place where I can just stay and for the summer and garden. Just a side note on the gardening, my spring garden didn't go so well, and I didn't get my summer garden with the tomatoes and peppers started until about 4 or 5 weeks ago. It was way into May. They're only about this high, but I think we'll be okay. I think by the end of the summer, I might have some tomatoes and peppers, but they're just tiny little things. Anyway, it was so hard because I was just traveling to my brother's and all over the place, trying all these new campgrounds, and I just didn't get my summer garden going. So hopefully that will work out. But as I was saying, I'm trying to find a place I can just settle down for the summer. I don't have to move, especially now that I'm working in town and I've got so many connections, in the village itself. And I'm from a big town, big city, so I kind of like the idea of being this little tiny town is just so cool. I think somebody said there's like population of 300 and something people, but full time all year round there's like, I think somebody said 256 people that stay here all year round. It's cold here in the winter. It gets lots of snow and everything. But I just really love that. I love this little town here of Eagle Nest, and I've just fallen in love with it, and I've just it's really grounded me here. So I'm especially looking forward, though I've been looking everywhere by like Ruidoso and all these places, trying to find some place I can get up an elevation and garden. And so far I haven't found anything. Well, let me tell you, I got here, like I said, 3 or 4 weeks ago. The problem with the campgrounds here, and there's a lot of us nomads and people that come up from Texas and southern New Mexico because it's just so doggone hot right now. And they come up to the mountains and they stay all summer up here in the mountains. So yeah, I'm not alone. I'm up here. I'm amongst people, and this year I'm actually getting to know the people in the towns. And I actually was talking to several people in town because it's such a tiny town, saying, "Hey, if you know any place I can park my trailer, you know, all summer without having to move, let me know." So that I have people looking and everything. Well, this year, what was weird is normally I would go between Cimarron Canyon State Park campgrounds and Eagle Nest Lake State Park. That's the only two state parks right up here in this area, and everybody, the nomads and everybody else that comes up here to fish or whatever, they go back and forth between these two campgrounds, and that's why it was. This is my third summer here. You can only stay 14 days. You go to the next place, you have to stay at least 6 or 7 days, and then you can come back. So it's back and forth between these two. Well, the problem this year is they closed Eagle Nest Lake, which is like my favorite campground in the world. And they closed it totally down, and they're putting in electric and showers, which they don't have up here. So, whatever. That'll just make the cost of it higher. But so they got it completely closed. So everybody's kind of like in the same position as, what am I going to do after I leave Cimarron Canyon? Because we want to stay right here in this area, what am I going to do um, for the other few days before I can come back? Well, everybody seems to be doing the same thing. They're dry camping at RV parks. The one that's the cheapest won't let me in for more than 3 or 4 days because I don't have the proper tanks on my trailer. I don't know what she thinks I'm going to do, but yeah. So I've been around, and I actually found a place um, that I was staying at. I had to stay there somewhere 7 days, and I didn't want to leave. I didn't want to go back down to Coyote Creek. I didn't want to go, to the gorge. I didn't want to do any of that. I didn't want to go to Red River. I wanted to stay here because I'm like grounded here right now. I have people I know. I work, do my yoga classes, everything. I'm just really grounded here, and I don't want to leave the area. So yeah, I ended up finding this place. It was totally by accident that that I can actually, like I said, it was totally by accident that I can actually stay at. I stayed there for 7 days. There weren't other trailers or RVs around me. There was like a group of cabins across the road, and those people, it's just a tiny road there. Those people were all regulars. They come back every year. They're older people. Same group of people come back every year. And then she put me down at the end, right across from them, at a greenhouse. I'm right next to a greenhouse for 7 days, and she said, yes, you can put your stuff in there. And minute I pulled in there by this greenhouse, I fell absolutely in love, and I didn't want to leave. And unfortunately, it's kind of expensive for me to stay there. It's like $20 a day. So when I was leaving a few days ago, I asked her, I said, what would it cost me? Because I mean, it just killed me to leave. It was a perfect place for me to just stop and stay for months. And I could do my gardening. She let me use the greenhouse. I mean, it was just, they had laundry, they had showers. I mean, everything was right there for me. But I can't pay $20 a day. And I know I'm going to have to, after 14 days, I'm back in Cimarron Canyon. After 14 days, I'm going to have to go back there, and it's going to cost me $340 to stay 17 days, which is the gap I ended up with before I can come back to the canyon here. And I'm going, that's $340. So before I left, I talked to her. I said, could you find out, let me know what it costs if I went on a monthly basis instead of, you know, on a daily basis. Because I'm thinking, usually when you go monthly at these parks, you get a better rate. And I was thinking maybe I could get like $300 a month, which would be less than the $340 I would be paying for 17 days. I really didn't want to leave there. It just killed me to leave there. So she said she'd get back hold of me, and I talked to her 2 days ago. She's the daughter of the man that owns it, and it's her greenhouse there and everything. And she says, let me ask my dad. I'm not I'm not hooked up to anything. I'm not hooked up to electric, sewer, water, anything. I got my solar panels out. I'm just living primitive. All I really need is a parking space, by that greenhouse. It's lovely. And so she says, let me talk to my dad. And yeah, she texted me back. This was 2 days ago, and she says, "Yeah, that's normally $350 for that site. It's a tent site. It's not near any of the RVs or anything." And she goes, "It's," she said, "it's normally $350, but he said he would let you stay there for $200 a month." So I'm paying $200 a month is less than $7 a day. And so I texted, and she goes, when I talked to her, she goes like, I really miss having your little Scamp there by my greenhouse. She goes, because I had my gardening stuff out, and she goes, I really miss you being there. And I go, well, I miss being there. So yeah, her dad said I could stay there for $200 a month, which is just like nothing. Okay. And so I texted her back and said, yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it till the end of the season, whenever that is, October 1st or whatever. I'll just stay there. And I don't have to move. I can use the greenhouse. I have a lawn. I can do my laundry every week, and showers, showers. Uh, so this is exciting that I can wash my clothes, little loads of laundry once a week instead of it all piling up. I can just walk to the laundromat. It's right down the hill. It's literally right by me. Bathrooms the same way. Um, yeah, and then I have the greenhouse. It is right by where I work. I could actually walk to my job, and but I won't, but I could. But yeah, so I'm really excited about that. And I told her, I said, just book me. She says it's actually they're open till the end of October. So, but yeah, so I'm really excited. I move over there on July 11th from Cimarron Canyon here, State Park, and I'll move over there. And I'm just really excited about spending the whole summer there. I'm a little late with the gardening and everything, but I'm booking it for next year. I'm having them reserve it for next year too. The only reason I got this site was the guy that reserved that place by the greenhouse last year never showed up for the whole summer, so it is mine. So I was going to tell her, I says, I want next year too. So if you want it for next year, you got to tell them this year. So I'm really excited about it. What a wonderful price on that and everything. Um, that's just, and can you imagine 200 for rent? That's kind of what it is down in Ajo there in that campground down there too, 200 a month. But yeah, I can't even begin to tell you being next to that greenhouse. I can't wait to show it to you. It's just so cool. And I just the minute I was there, I go, this is so, this is what I've been looking for. It's wonderful. So even though my greenery is not doing so well, my garden is way behind. She's got some peppers and tomatoes and stuff in there. I go over every day and look at what she has going. So another thing I was going to mention is an unexpected good thing about my volunteering at this senior center during the lunches is now I get my lunches for free. And what's even better is I leave there piled with food. I haven't grocery shopped in 2 weeks. And boy, I'm telling you what, I eat. I don't eat canned foods. I mean, every once in a while I will, but I mean, I eat real food and it's expensive. And I like variety, so I get all kinds of things. And sometimes I don't eat all of it and it's a waste of money. So this is just wonderful at this senior center. They load me up with what's left over at the end of the day. I mean, there's plenty. They freeze and stuff, and there's still some left over. So I get to take some home, and I have some for dinner. I have stuff for the weekend. And I have not, other than buying a jar of peanut butter here and there and the cat food, I just have a grocery bill. So that pretty much takes care of that 200 a month at the other place. So that's just really cool. Anyway, I've jabbered long enough. I hope you all have been doing well. Like I said, if you want to know more what I'm doing in a more normal basis, you can do the free Patreon over there. You know, I'm going to let you go for now. I hope you all are doing well. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye bye.